And hello, everybody. Welcome. Looks like we got Hen and Bird Girl here so far. I think a few more should be trickling on in. And big welcome to pcran, who we've got here as our guest this week. Over here. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Very happy to have you here. And just briefly before we get into chatting, I might just quickly pick my hands. And it's an interesting one actually. We've got Butterbutt, the yellow rumped warbler. Um, Bonus card or falconer or mechanical. I might go mechanical. As you might have guessed, Pcran, we're playing open hands, so yeah, feel free to chat about what you're doing or not. Either way, up to you. But you'll get
Yeah,
information from me on what
I
I'm
will.
doing. um, I've got the Avidavid as well. I'm wondering whether I should keep that, even though I've got the warbler. Um, Might need a few extra cards, so yeah, let's just take 5 and do the classic butterbutt thing.
Yeah, I almost always do that. If I got a
Excellent.
tucker, I can go in the forest.
Cool. I'll give you a minute to look at your hand, and
Ooh,
then we'll get into it. Hen's saying I'm listening while doing stuff, so I might not be as chatty as usual, but you're here. You're always welcome, Hen. Bird
all
girl
right.
keen on me and my Avidavid. Putting a hand up for the card share.
Hmm. I've got a king rail, a mallefowl, an emu, a wood duck, and a
Ooh.
yellow-bellied sapsucker.
Okay.
So, hmm.
Interesting. Wood ducking probably.
Yeah, I don't super like any of the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played.
What's the
I've never
sapsucker
used.
power again? Is that something to do with
It's
worms?
gain a worm.
Right.
Yeah. Um. Dang. This is not like that great in my opinion, but I'll take a king rail.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, Michael. Welcome on in. Excellent. So it looks like we're about to start the game. Bird Girl doing her thing. So yeah, again, welcome Pcran, and we're gonna have a chat and get to know each other a bit. As you were saying just before the stream started, don't mind me revealing stuff that you said perhaps off the record, but you're saying that your one of your aims in kind of signing up to be a guest was to kind of get to know some people a bit better and perhaps become a bit more known in our little bird game community. So I think it's a good way to go about it, to come on something like this and yeah, perhaps gain some familiarity both ways, I suppose, with some of the people on our server. And we, as I always do, I don't talk smack about it. I was saying how lovely everybody is, and how much I've gotten out of the community, and just what a wholesome bunch of people everybody is. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of start off on that note. And you said you've been in the server for a little while and done a few tournaments and things. You mentioned the 2v2 team tournament last year, so you must have been around for a little bit. What's your experience been with the server, and how did you get into Wingspan initially?
I first started. Me and my friends do a game night, and
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of times it's Dungeons and Dragons, and sometimes we mix in board games instead. If like
Sure.
we have less than 100% attendance, um, a lot of times we'll do a board game instead.
Sure.
And someone brought Wingspan one time, and we just had a lot of fun with it. Like I feel like this has been a little lost since I started playing like joining the competitive server, but
Yeah.
we were just obsessed with reading the facts on the
That's
bird
cool.
cards. Like, it was a lot of fun, and I've
Yeah.
always been kind of a nature lover ever since I was a little kid. So I was just eating those facts up, and figured out there's a an app store app for it, and so we
Mm-hmm.
can play on our phones and stuff, and um went on YouTube and found Flan's channel
Yeah.
where he frequently plugs the competitive Discord.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a competitive person, so I figured like, yeah, I'm gonna go in there.
Sure. Yeah.
And
Similar story to me. Really. Was introduced to it through some friends. Friends that we would had a history of playing other board games, and particularly things like Settlers of Catan and some of those Euro games. And we visited them because we don't live in the same state these days. But they pulled out Wingspan and they said, "Oh, this is kind of the new core game that we play." Whereas it might have previously been something like Ticket to Ride or Settlers of Catan, we now like just play Wingspan because it's so good. And definitely trust them with their opinions. So that got me hooked, and from then I was a bit of a goner. And same pathway as you. I went on YouTube and found Flan's videos, and from there wandered onto the server. And I was sort of poking around for a good 6-8 months or so, just on the fringes, not really getting too involved. Until festive season last year, when I just really got hooked on festive and really got into it, and sort of founded the friendships that have seen me through all this year, really, and that I value so much, in that I made a lot of connections just talking to people on VC, and really started to feel like a part of it all. And sort of went from there. So yeah, the community is really special to me, and always keen to sing its praises and contribute however I can. So
yeah, I think festive is pretty fun. Me and one of my friends who's like also pretty competitive, we started like kind of playing festive by ourselves, like before I joined the server really and knew what festive was. I kind of came up with the idea like, hey, let's just like try to team up and create ridiculously high scoring board.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, for sure, it's a really fun way to play, and yeah, just giving it that kind of cooperative strategy when you feel like you're both kind of in it together. And or however many players you're playing with, obviously you can go a bit nuts and do a bigger game. But yeah, just those 2v2, or not 2v2, the 2-player festives. Yeah, I just had some really good chats with people, and just had a ball really. And it kind of weirded my husband out that I was just talking to people, because I'm introverted, and I don't sort of love to put myself out there a lot. But then, obviously I'm not not that averse to it, because I started up this stream show. But it goes to show how much I do feel that I could talk to anybody on the server and have a good time. That I have that much faith in the group of people that sort of surround us. That it's just really lovely.
yeah, it's just so nice, pretty much.
So you mentioned 2v2. It's becoming more and more popular the last few months. It's really taken off, and there's definitely some sort of key members of the community that have been leading the charge in that. And I've sort of been watching a little bit from the sidelines and sort of cheering them on. I'm not the biggest fan of 2v2 myself. Like, I enjoy it, but it's not really my go-to. Particularly kind of time zone issues, being in Australia kind of makes that a little bit more challenging for me. But are you joined up to the 2v2 tournament launching soon? Have you sort of got the time for that?
I haven't really had the time for it.
Yeah.
The games just take so long. I feel like, I don't know, it's a bit much for me.
Yeah, it is a bit of a commitment.
Props to everyone who does it.
Sure.
I've played a little bit of 2v2. I didn't join the tournament, either the last one or the one that I think they're doing signups for.
Yeah.
Or just finished doing signups for. But I played some with M Cars and his brother D Cars.
Oh yeah.
And my brother also plays Wingspan, so we had some brother versus brother.
That's cool.
Games.
I could be wrong, but I believe Bird Girl's teamed up with her brother. for the
Oh,
tournament.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so it's a few kind of dynamic sibling duos around the place.
yeah, that's nice.
Um,
Um, I'm
yeah.
not that good at it, I don't feel like, but I I could be wrong. I think I was teamed up with
Ooh.
Bird Girl in the first game I played,
Yeah.
and we're playing M cars and D cars, and they both had teal like play again birds, and they both had ravens also, and it was just ridiculous. Um, and I just kind of told her like, you know, fuck it, let's just pick up every bonus card we can and spam the bonus. And we ended up losing by like 6 points, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the best at 2v2 myself, but yeah, you can definitely have some fun games and some tight contests as with any mode. But it always feels nice when you're teamed up with somebody and you're kind of sharing the highs and lows together, even if you're having a bit of a crappy game. Um, I played a bunch of 2v2 games with Peach earlier in the year, and we had a shocking run of luck, and we yeah, had to sort of face that together, and yeah, it can really make or break how enjoyable it is, depending on who your teammate is, and yeah, no, it's really cool having
Yeah,
that. Yeah, Peach is laughing. We had
my
some
brother.
shockers, some absolute shockers. There wasn't much we could do for a lot of it. But you've just got to laugh.
Oh yeah, I mean that's. I feel like that's the case. A lot of Wingspan games is just like determined by who gets the right cards,
Mm.
and every I don't know a certain percentage of them really comes down to who's the better player, but a good number of them you win or you lose, and there's nothing to say other than like, well, yeah, I got trash cards, or yeah, I got awesome cards.
Yeah, sometimes it is certainly like that, but there's definitely a knack to being sort of put into a corner and being able to make decisions that are making the best of that sort of bad situation in terms of maybe knowing when to pivot or knowing how long to keep digging at the start until you find something that is workable. I know that I've made mistakes in the past where I've settled for subpar cards too early, that I haven't been kind of brave enough to dig for most of the first round for something that is better. So
Yeah,
there's definitely skills, and there's you know, people talk about tempo and whether, say, playing a certain bird in round 3 is too late, and whether worrying about white powers in the first round is too early and you need to be putting down your engine birds. And there's a real nuance to the game as well that does kind of balance out the luck a little bit. I mean, some games you just there really isn't a lot you can do if
yeah, I
the
don't ever
wingspan
want to
gods
say
are
it's
against you.
all it's like mostly all luck, because it's not. It's definitely not all luck, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It is like watching Flan's channel really. I think in one of his strategy videos, he was like, "Yeah, like you need good birds to win, and you need good card search to find good birds.
Mm,
So
sure.
always wetlands first, at least pretty much always wetlands first." So, and I kind of went with that philosophy from then on, and it's been a good one. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they say card draw is king for a reason.
yeah,
It's not just something that we pulled out of thin air. There's definitely reasoning. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do if I want to
yeah.
cycle one more
I took
time.
the wrong bonus card on accident.
Oh no! Oh dear!
I think
Oh no!
even though you said that you had mechanical engineer,
Yeah.
I looked straight at site selection and I was like, yeah, that's mechanical
Oh no!
engineer.
Oh dear! So saddled with site selection. I can't think of anything worse.
Uh,
Can see
I kind of
that.
like those tricky ones are they're fun to get.
Yeah, I mean, I love a behaviorist game, and I know people that are very anti-behaviorist. But
I love
yeah,
behaviorist.
okay, good. We're in that together, sure. I'm just having a look at G Dat's board, and she's got 2 pinks and a teal down, which is an unusual setup. But she's definitely making use of
Oh, I haven't even checked anyone
the strong
else's.
forest that you and I have
Oh
sort of
yeah,
been
dang.
aiming to build, and
Yeah, that's
Burger's
a
got the
good
parrot
one.
and Savvy. You were talking before, so I didn't make too much of it at the time, but Bird Girl's Savvy activation actually gave me Chippy, so
Oh wow,
so
yeah.
I was pretty excited about that and got that done pretty quick. At a little bit of a crossroads, I might draw actually, because I'll have time to draw and then take food and then play something. So, oh, it's doing this bug again where I've got to go into habitat mode. It's an absolute pain.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be watching my girlfriend play and I get annoyed that she's on habitat mode, but she has no idea how I play on full board mode.
Yeah, well, I mean, we support both modes on this channel, but we do, to be honest, have a little bit of a laugh because habitat mode is not something I would personally play with. But I totally understand if people do like to play it in that
Yeah.
mode. But
I think early on I just played like killdeer in my wetlands and I was like, yeah, no more of that. No more.
all right, well, I'll be a good host and I'll give you a card so
Cool.
you can have a still. You probably don't want it, but there you go. Enjoy. I've got a rough, which might be a good play.
Yeah.
Yes, Peach knows. Peach knows. She reads my mind. Um, Peach, infamous in my mind for being a fan of habitat mode, and I support her in her preferences, I guess. No, love you, Peachy. Oh dear.
Here, I did get an interesting card. I got a stubble quail, so that'll be handy.
Okay, you've got a lot of food and a lot of nectar, so yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's a shame the end of round isn't eggs in enclosure nests, but it's
Yeah, that would be
yeah,
nice.
that would have been good. Okay, Peach doesn't go full habitat mode. Okay, I just don't understand it because I'm a control freak and I need to see everything all at once. uh,
It's just like getting once your brain is used to it, then
but
everything's
as
good.
as as I always point out, you don't get to enjoy the animations unless you're in habitat mode. So
True.
the
My
little
my phone
birdies.
is pretty old, so I have animations off. I don't know how the community feels about that.
Okay, I didn't actually know that you could turn the animations off. Oh,
I think
I
you
suppose that
can.
is good um, for processing. Oh, good. What else was I going to ask you about? So yeah, introduced to Wingspan through board game night. You mentioned you're into D&D. My husband is a dungeon master. He plays.
Oh, that's
He's got
cool.
a group. He's done the massive achievement. He's got a regular group that he gets them to come together every 3 weeks. And if somebody has to, they've all got life stuff and a couple of them have small children and etc. And if one of them has to miss a week, then I think the tactic is that character just mysteriously drops into a coma or something. That
Yeah, that's always tricky. I think
yeah.
we started ages ago, probably like 6 or 7 years ago, and I'm 30.
Hmm.
Rest of the guys are about 30, and we had more free time back then, and now we don't have as much free time.
Sure.
But I actually just moved like an hour away from most of my friends who play D&D, so I haven't been there in a little while.
Sure.
But
What part of the country are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
oh, not at all. I'm from Michigan,
Okay.
so
Very cool. I know where that is. I've been studying my US geography recently, so
oh, cool.
yeah. Very good.
think
Although I think I could have gotten that before because there's a big lake that sort of helps you out with that.
I heard through the grapevine somewhere that Zobi-Wan Kenobi is also from Michigan.
Well, I'll
I
let
think,
him correct you or not, but I think you're on
yeah,
the
I
right
play
track
Euchre
there.
Pete.
Yeah.
I see that in the chat. Oh yeah, I guess that's not really my info to disclose.
No, that's okay. I
I
think
think
it's pretty
I
well
think
known,
there
to be
are
honest.
a few Michiganders on the server,
Indeed.
which makes sense. I think it's a pretty good. I don't know. It's a good birding state.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
that sort of flows nicely into. You said you're into wildlife and have been since you were a kid. You said you're into bird watching, as many of our community are. Do you get out
yeah, I
much?
wasn't.
Mm.
I kind of got into it from the game, I
Oh,
guess. Like
cool.
me and my me and my friends that still play are we'll be like, oh look, I saw indigo bunting, or now I can tell the difference between Cooper's hawks and whatever. Like
Nice. Yeah, Zobi's ears are burning. Zobi, don't type while you're driving. I don't care if you stopped at a light. I'm being massively hypocritical for saying this, but we don't endorse bad road safety here on Shrike That. But
Troy
I
isn't
can feel your presence listening, Zobi.
Troy is not too far away from where me and my girlfriend live. We're in Ypsilanti, so oh hey, an egg.
An egg in this trying time.
Oh wait, never mind. I didn't get an egg. I got a someone activated their parrot.
Ah, you got an extra nectar.
I got an extra nectar that I can't use.
Oh
That's kind of
no,
rude.
you don't have a something you could spend it on.
Um, actually I do, but I want to get
Oh, you could
this
put the
done.
king rail down.
Yeah, I want to get a Dunnock played.
Oh yeah,
Although
fair.
let me see. Hang on. No one has even. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not gonna play it this round.
Yeah, there's a couple of games being mentioned in the chat. Euchre, if that's how you say it, and Pitch. I've never heard of either actually, um, but they sound interesting.
Yeah, that's called Euchre. So you
Euchre.
pretty much got it.
Okay.
That's kind of a. I play that a lot. I play that with my grandparents all the time. Um, they kind of introduced me to it, but it is a pretty regional game. Um, I don't know if anyone on this server also plays Euchre 3D, but I think I made it to the 100th percentile on that server one time. But Euchre is way more luck based than Wingspan.
Yeah, let me look
So
this up actually. Euchre. Oh, okay.
oh yeah, Michael, it was Oki. Oki was in my he was on my team for the team tournament we did a while back.
I
So that was
mean,
cool to have a
in answer to
Michigander.
Birdgirl's question, just you have to play Loggy. I would say that, or you would be currying my favour if you did, but I won't force you to if you really don't want to. I could get really
Back when
intensely into random games like that. I remember once when I was a teenager, I got really into Minesweeper. It was very random because I think from when I was a kid, I had this thing with Minesweeper that I would always just go into it when I was bored and just click around randomly. I didn't really know the rules. But then I was like, oh, well, actually, I'm going to learn the rules and I'm actually going to figure out how to play. and then I got kind of obsessive, and I was like, yeah, I'm awesome at Minesweeper.
It is a pretty fun game, but it's too frustrating for me.
It's a bit of a random thing, and I remember in high school. Oh, was it Solitaire actually? They put something on the school computers. This was in the this was like 2004, 2005, showing my age a little bit. But they put something on the computers that you couldn't access like games like Minesweeper and Solitaire and stuff. But I thought I was the most brilliant person ever. I put it on a USB, and so I would just stick my USB in and then play whatever I wanted to play during what I think you guys would call study hall, which was, I think, just, what do we call it? Double. I think we just called it like free, like free period or something. But yeah, I was definitely a slack student. What is my strategy here? What's been going on with the other boards? G-Tree-Dat's gotten a coot down and potentially is getting a lot of worms from this nightjar. I should probably be trying to block some, but
I feel like it's probably my responsibility because I have the central forest engine.
potentially we can work together. Burger got the twite down, so a couple of card cycling teal power. I mean, everyone's got a card cycling teal power except you, so you might be feeling a bit left out there.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's right. That's all right.
I like those new. I like the new ones in the. Jeez, I haven't been able to play a lot of Wingspan lately. What even is the name of the new expansion? Asia.
Asia, yeah.
Yeah, I like the new card cyclers.
Yeah, they can be really handy. I love a teal stack myself, so I'm always keen to have a bunch of things to activate at the end of the round.
Yeah, those are fun games. Oh, let's see.
Oh, sorry, I've missed some of the chat too. I mean, I know what Hen's team name is, so right, up and down.
So I think I'm putting together a little bit of maybe some site selection stuff. We'll see.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Had to scrap the first column.
Yeah, it's hard doing the first column because you've got to really find the right cards early that make sense to play. So
Yeah,
I think that's
can't be afraid to just scrap a column though.
yeah.
Stubble quail is super useful.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just that
I
infusion
have
of eggs.
I have a
Keep it
forest
going.
owlet, and I also have a bluebird, so that'll get me at least 1 point.
Mm.
And I've got a shell duck that would turn into a 5 point bird, I guess. So it's not really, maybe not really that worth playing, but
Yeah, I mean it's hard with site selection whether to try and chase it or whether to just go whatever points I get or what I get. I suppose it depends on what you picked up with the king rail, whether that kind of helps inform your decisions a little bit.
I picked up Grassland Ranger,
Okay.
which could be good because I can go bluebird then magpie lark, and then I could also for the forest I can go with the forest owlet and the dunnock,
Sure.
and then that would also the dunnock would help the magpie lark. Guarantee that I have enough eggs in the forest.
Trying to work out what I want to play. Mechanical. What am I doing for mechanical so far? Yeah, pretty well. Okay. Keep cycling. I think this willow tip will be useful. I think I played it early enough to get enough activations out of it. Sweet little casher. These birds have been recorded storing up to 200 food items in a day. That's nuts.
That's pretty crazy.
Busy little guys. And sorry, we were talking about bird watching and how Wingspan kind of got you into it. What sort of birds do you commonly see around your area?
Well, the American robin is the state bird of Michigan, so there's a bunch of them around. There's a lot of mourning doves. We had them. They nest a lot at my parents' house. We had some in our garage. They pretty much just nest anywhere, anytime, just about. So,
Sure.
lots of red-tailed hawks, crows. Bald eagles are getting more common in Michigan, I think. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they are cool. Do you get cardinals?
Yep, we see cardinals.
Yeah, cool.
Saw a
My-
really fat one.
My
at my
favorite
girl-
color is red, so I would love to see cardinals.
Nice. Yeah. If I turn Merlin on, at my parents' house, like now they're kind of surrounded by a farm area. There's like song sparrows, chipping sparrows. Merlin heard a horned lark one time. Now I don't know if it was just confused by some other kind of bird call, because I went and I looked and looked and looked for that horned lark, but I didn't find it. Oh, geez. Peach, people tell me Owen Wilson all the time. And I hate the sound of my voice when I hear it on recording, but it's kind of cool. I get Owen Wilson. Dax Shepard is kind of a less famous actor, I think.
Oh yeah, that's what's her name? Veronica Mars's husband. What's her name?
Kristen
Kirsten.
Bell, I think.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're not the only one who thought that, Peach. But I can hear it.
No food. Oh no.
I don't know
I
how
mean,
much
I don't-
of the stream you've caught in the past, pcran, but oh no, but said in a exaggerated Australian accent, a bit Bluey-esque, is a bit of a meme around here. So when you say oh no, you gotta go oh no, oh no.
Oh, I think that's a TikTok thing, isn't it? I'm not
Possibly.
sure.
It's possibly come from somewhere else, but I hadn't seen it until people started.
Some of my
pointing it
friends will say that a lot.
out. Okay. Australians
But yeah, I
contributing
don't
to the global culture, pride.
Yeah. Because it sounds like you're saying "arnar."
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I never really hear my voice on recording, so it doesn't really matter to me that I hate the sound of it.
Oh, it's actually really weird for me because my voice is actually the pre-recorded, press 1 for sales, press 2 for service, press 3 for other on our answering service at work, because they made me record it because they said I had the nicest voice. And so it's so weird if I call up my work and I get my own voice saying press 1 for sales. Thanks for
Oh, that's
calling.
weird. That is weird.
We'll be with you shortly. But they also, I used to work at the centre management for a shopping centre, and I used to do the PA calls. So it'd be like, license plate number AXR324, your window is down. Return to your vehicle. Or there's a lost child at the customer service desk.
That's fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've talked with Gruvenstein a little bit. Just kind of reading the chat, I guess. I see Groove's name there. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, we had him on the stream a couple of weeks ago. It was a good one.
Oh, nice.
Mm,
I
don't
just
know who.
started a new job, so my free time is way lower than it was when I was bartending. Um, so I don't even play Wingspan as much anymore, sadly.
Oh, that's sad.
But
So
yeah,
bartending, I was gonna get to that. Was that your previous job that you're not doing professionally anymore?
yeah, that's the job I did have.
Right.
Um, the place I was working wasn't like it wasn't that busy, and also like I don't know, it's just not something I'd like to do nonstop my whole life.
Sure.
So I quit doing it. But
Also, the general public can be absolutely awful. I've
they can
had
be.
I've had food service jobs. um,
Yeah,
yeah,
I try to just get along with, I think I can get along with most people,
sure.
but
I think everybody should have a hospitality retail sort of a job when they're younger. Everybody, it should be compulsory to get that sort
yeah,
of empathy from having to be a customer service person.
I would agree with that for sure. Now, let's see. We're getting close to the end of this round.
Yeah, I should check in with the other boards actually. I noticed I got an activation on the brown Shrike on G2dat's board. I don't think that's ever happened to me before actually. I haven't seen it played very much. I've seen it played more for it being 6 points for 2 food than I've seen it actually used for its brown power.
Oh yeah, I got that activation and I had no food.
Oh no. Oh
That
no.
was People are bullying me in this game. It's
Oh.
not nice.
Oh no.
Giving me nectar before the end of the round.
Oh, come on,
Well,
people.
I used the nectar though.
Okay.
You really have to be fluid with your plans.
It can be
You
difficult trying to
gotta
talk
keep
and
your
play at the same
options.
time. So yeah, I think you get a little bit of leeway for that.
My favorite drink to make for myself. Um, I would mix vanilla vodka with Verner's and then some coffee creamer, which um, I don't know if this drink is regional or maybe it has a different name in some other places, but around around where I grew up in Michigan, there's a burger chain called Halo Burger, and they have this drink called a Boston Cooler, which is Verner's and vanilla ice cream. So mixing the vanilla vodka with Verner's with ginger ale and some coffee creamer made a pretty good
I could see
um,
that. I've made
creation.
homemade vanilla essence with vodka and vanilla beans before, so imagine it might have a bit of a similar vibe.
Ooh, Goldsfinch. Okay, so I just got Goldsfinch, which is a pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's nice for the column I was trying to work on.
Your forest owlet's doing a little bit of work, which is good.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of math done on what's the best strategy with it. I've used it twice, and I lost a point on the first one because I got a success and then a fail, and then the second one I got all three.
Right.
I'll probably just keep trying to hit all three for
Yeah, I'm a sucker
the
for
culture.
pushing it with those powers. I'll think about it for the more like blackjack ones that you kind of going for the card pulls, but when they're the rolling ones, I tend to just button mash, see what I
Hmm.
get. Um,
Yeah.
on the topic of bartending, I would like to ask your professional opinion because I was really into gin a little while back, and all my friends and family gave me gin, and so I have so much gin in the house, and I need to find some good gin cocktails because I kind of gone
Oh,
off gin and tonic. Um, so I need to figure out what to do with all this gin. What would your opinion be on some good gin cocktails?
there was a drink. I think it's it's from like the 1920s,
Mm.
maybe, called the Bee's Knees.
Okay.
And I think it was 2 ounces of gin and then 3/4 of an ounce of honey syrup, which I think you can just make by like getting honey dissolved in water, I
Sure.
guess, and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice,
Nice.
and then shake that in some ice. It's pretty tasty.
Yeah, that does look nice. I'll have to try that. Very cool. I was looking up. I was wanting a bit of a sound bite, but more like a picture bite for the stream. I was posting before, so I looked up a bird themed cocktail uh, just to post something, and I came across something called a jungle bird, which actually sounds really good. It's got pineapple juice in it, and I love pineapple juice. And what was the recipe? Let me pull it up. They said it was invented in Kuala Lumpur and at the Hilton Hotel there, and it often is garnished with the top leaves of the pineapple, so it kind of looks like feathers coming out the top of the drink.
Oh, that'd be quite something.
Yeah. So it's made from. Come on, I gotta find it again. I mean, I can just go to my YouTube channel where I literally posted it before. And it's my turn, so I should take my turn. I'm going to do a double play. I'm gonna go House Wren into Ash-throated Flycatcher.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
one.
gonna have a good time. Posts. Here we go, the jungle bird.
I do.
So it's dark rum, pineapple juice, Campari, lime juice, simple syrup or maple syrup.
That sounds pretty tasty.
Yeah. And it's this like really vibrant, like sunset orange color. Oh, don't talk to me about Long Island, Zobi. In my 20s, I had a habit of just downing any drink that you put in front of me, and I once just basically sculled a Long Island iced tea, and I was like on the floor afterwards. It was a very strong one.
Yep, I've been there before. No fun. Live and learn, though.
Live and learn, indeed.
Oh.
I have too much gin is the funniest problem. Well, yeah, it is because I drink so rarely that I'm not even sure how I'm going to get through it. I should start giving it away, really. Ben and I are more into wine these days. Tend to go for a Shiraz or a Grenache or something. Mechanical. What am I missing? I'm missing platform nests. Okay, we can work that out.
1, 2, 3. I'm considering right now whether do I want to. I can probably tie this round goal if you don't play anymore. Well, I guess
I don't have
you.
any more tricks up my sleeve, so
Yeah, you can't. You couldn't play another cavity and
I could
lay
have
an
been
egg.
sneaky and left that move to the last turn, but
That's good sportsmanship to
thought it'd be nice.
like blow your tricks before the last turn, I think. Just kidding, I'm just being sarcastic. But
Jägermeisters are Jaeger and Red Bull, right? Did you know? I don't know if it still is the case, but when I was dating a Danish guy in my 20s, he told me that Red Bull is banned in Denmark because it like disrupts your heart rhythm or something.
dang.
It sounded legit to me.
We used to have a drink in America. Maybe they have it in other parts of the world too, called Four Loko. And that was, it had a certain amount of alcohol and a certain amount of caffeine,
Four is
and
in
it
the
got,
number four. Yeah.
yeah, four. I think it's just the number four.
Yeah.
It was banned before I could drink. So I never. Well, it still exists. Just the recipe is different. Do I want to play this Donok? I've been
Produced
stalling on my
by
turn for a while.
Fusion Projects based in Chicago. Okay. Bit of a local thing then.
Oh, bad luck on the first turn with the owlet. Sad.
Actually,
I did used to. What's
actually,
that?
it's available in Australia for Loco. That's so interesting.
I wonder if it has the alcohol and caffeine combo though.
Maybe not. It's just
I
marketed
think
as a vodka premix.
when whenever we go to Canada, there's some kind of candy over there called coffee crisps, and they're super tasty. But I'm guessing they must have caffeine in them because they're so good. I can't think of why America wouldn't sell them, but we can only find them in Canada. So it must be some sort of like
Yeah.
government regulation. I don't know.
Regulation. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. The nanny state.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh hey Noel, welcome.
Noel. Okay. Does Noel have a different IGN?
Their IGN is Noel Snoozers.
Oh,
Sometimes I think they have another one too. They're around quite a lot.
okay.
Friend of the stream, Noel. Oh, cannoli, that was it. Just trying to remember. Do I want to play? Yeah, I'll play a bird. Why not? I can afford it. Let's just put Mr. Roadrunner down. Oh, Hen says they changed the recipe, presumably talking about the Four Locos.
Yeah, probably. Wondering whether this dang. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna play this Donok anymore.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of egg laying going on.
It seems like everyone has their ways around it.
Noel said they were summoned by the mention of Jaeger bombs. Oh dear. Oh, I know. That's funny.
Yeah, I really try not to drink so much that I get sick anymore.
Actually, fun fact about me, I have the most underused superpower anybody has ever had is that I'm 37 years old. I've never been hungover from alcohol.
Wow.
I've been like hanging onto the walls drunk because I can't stand up straight, but I've never had a hangover. It's probably because I have some sort of ability. I can be really drunk and it's getting towards the end of the night, and I think I'm kind of here at the peak and I'm good and I can just stop drinking and I just start coming down before I like go to bed. And I do drink lots of water before I go to bed. So
Yeah, you gotta force yourself to drink the water. That's the
yeah.
key.
So I've kind of gotten it down, but also not by learning a lesson, by just, I don't know, somehow being sensible in this one small way in my life. I'm sensible, and it has worked out well for me. Oh, Peach. Yeah, I'm terrible. I've got no tolerance these days. I've been known to get tipsy off one like large glass of wine. It goes straight to my head.
Oh, let's see.
The Great Hornbill. Okay. Well, Bird Girl's Baltimore Oriole is going to help us out a lot for any Great Hornbill activations you might want to.
Yeah, I realized that, and I don't have very great card search either.
I mean,
Card,
even if you don't activate it, it's still 9 points. So hell yeah.
yeah. Figure I should at least try to button up that forest nectar if I'm going with some kind of forest engine.
Yeah, I'm not really finding birds I want to play, unfortunately. I still need one more platform. I need a platform or a ground nest to finish mechanical engineer. Rough didn't really help me, which is disappointing.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Zobi, I'm ignoring you, by the way. I see you there, taking pot shots. Let's give pcran a song sparrow. It seems like he needs a song sparrow in this trying time. To be expected, yeah. Oh. Ben's backpack is down on the floor here, and Odin's just curled up on it. So there's a black backpack with a mostly black, slightly brown cat sleeping on it. It's very sweet. I did see the comment about the Danish accent, Zobi. And yeah, I was potentially disappointed that it wasn't a British one. See you later, Noel. Take care. Oh, hey, Deb. Welcome, welcome. I donated a song sparrow to your cause, pcran. Enjoy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I already tucked it under the hornbill.
Ah, well. It was appreciated.
Yep.
This end of round, should I be thinking about that? Let's have a look.
Ooh, edge sets.
Oh, you did play Loggy Bird Girl. Blessings on you.
I feel like Loggerhead got so nerfed by Nectar because no one needs to even take rats anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Loggy has been, he's had his toils, all right. He's had a rough trot.
Back
he remains cute regardless.
Yeah, they can't take that away.
Indeed.
Back when when we were just kind of learning the game, my friends were like, or my one friend who's pretty opinionated, he was like, man, like horned lark is such a shitty bird. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's not totally awful. So I've kind of like made it my mascot. It was my my server profile bird for a while. I don't know if I changed back
Oh, now
from
you're just sucking up.
MLW or not, but
Peach is pointing out your pronunciation of loggerhead. Let me let me put on my US accent. Lagerhead, Shrike.
wow, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Hi, Katagos. Welcome on in.
But both of those birds got a little bit of a resurgence kind of with the duet mode.
Yeah, and Loggie's he's a good little guy in festive
Oh, for sure.
if you make him
Yeah,
work.
I think two festives ago I was doing a 4-player game, and this was literally while Oceania expansion was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We had a real good game going, and then the server got like the Wingspan server got shut down for the Oceania release, and we
Right.
couldn't finish the game. But I think we were gonna be like 4th or 5th best 4-player score at the time.
Oh, that's impressive. Disappointed
So
you didn't get to finish.
it was fun, yeah.
Not really sure what I want to do, so I might just take food again. What is the plan? Wanted more nectar than that. Um, um, um. Tuck that. Yeah. But he could be doing better for me this game. He's not really coming up with the goods. So you played the Magpie Lark. I suppose you've still got the Gold's Finch up your sleeve.
Yeah, I do still have it.
So you might have a lot of birds going down at the end.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully. I don't know what birds those will be yet.
Yeah.
But,
TBA.
yeah.
TBA. You've got a round and a half to work it out. Oh, Bird Girl's also feeling the pain on the draw.
The problem is, I think I just have to play the Dunnock, because if I don't start gaining more food, then I'm not going to have food left.
Yeah, it's hard
To
when you
use the yellow
just need to
powers.
push that forest out a bit. Sure.
Yeah. The good thing is the Dunnock will automatically get a couple eggs at least, because someone has a yellow hammer.
Sure.
And there's this round goal too. I'm sitting on 55 points right now, so
Yeah, I'm on 59, so
not that great for this point in the game.
yeah. I mean, always feared of the yellow hammer, but I'm liking G's board as well. She's getting a lot of resources and passive points with her pinks.
Oh yeah. I think Bird Girl has a pretty nice board. She must just not be really finding the stuff. I think you just said that. So.
Oh, I did take a rat and let my little loggy son eat, didn't I? I didn't even realise I did that. You're welcome, Bird Girl. I think that's the thing with Loggy is that you put it on your board and people don't even really think about it.
Yeah, that's
They need
probably
to take the rat to re-roll the feeder or something, and they just do it.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's better in a 4-player game. I'm sure most of the hate comes from the fact that probably most of the games on the server are 2-player games.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So pink powers can really explode in usefulness uh, in a 4-player game, of course. So
Yeah, pink's so strong in multi. Yeah.
she may have looking like possibly a passerine specialist board. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, could be. Yeah, I'd like
Loggy
to
on.
see some bonus card birds, but I haven't seen a single one. Oh, I suppose I've got Indian Vulture in my hand, but that would. Oh, that
Does
would
that
do me
copy?
too well. It would get me like 3 points or something on site selection, or like 3 points on. What did you say you had? Grassland population.
Yeah,
That copies your
maybe
bonus
copying
cards.
me. Yeah, that wouldn't be
Oh
very
no, actually,
good.
previous player. Okay, it's copying G's, so I don't know what she's got. Okay, it's the adjutant that copies the next player, the wetland
Okay,
bird.
I think I discarded the adjutant.
Mm. Ooh, thank you for the berry. Um, yeah, I don't really think I'm keen on playing this vulture for negative 2 points.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I feel like it's a 0-pointer, huh? So
Hmm.
that's tricky.
We actually might do a cheeky pivot. Put this raven down. Oh no, bird girl, that's rough. Although the 2v2 that I played with Deb earlier in the week, Deb was on. I was watching it back, and Deb was on like 54 points or something at the end of round three, and she finished on like 100, 110, 150. She laid on like 50 odd points in that last round. It was pretty epic. Sometimes boards are sleeper boards.
Yeah, that's always fun when you can catch up a lot. I know I still lost this game, but with Gruvenstein, I had one where I think I scored like 20 points off yellow powers. It was insane. Picked up, must have played 2 birds, picked up a nice bonus, and I don't know.
Yeah, I had a game recently that I played Stubble Quail and it was worth about 16 points or something because it hit 3 bonus cards and I didn't even max out the eggs, I don't think. It's pretty epic when it works out like that sometimes. So, Berko, you've got all these cards in your hand, but none of them are playable. That's so rough. That's rough, mate. I was thinking about what else you suggested we could talk about, and you said your favourite TV/movies. You mentioned Lord of the Rings, and I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan myself, so I was keen to at least mention that. Um, I noticed you said earlier that you're 30, so you're you're 7 years younger than I am. Did you, when you were younger, did you get that whole like, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard, Isengard, and the
Yeah,
whole,
yeah.
yeah, I had that stuck in my head earlier when I was thinking about it.
I I found that video before watching Lord of the Rings, so I
Okay.
didn't even understand it. Um, but yeah, I think
Right. So okay, so 7 years younger than me, so you didn't see the original cinematic release. You're a bit too
no, I
young.
didn't. Um,
Right.
I think I barely could have. I remember there being
Let me
commercials
check how much grey is in my hair.
and being really freaked out by Gollum,
Okay.
and but no, I never saw them in theater. But me and some of my wingspan friends will marathon all the extended editions 1 or 2 times a year.
Yeah, extended
That's how,
totally the way to go for sure. Bird Girl, shout out to you. You said your kid just realised that you're playing. You've got the stream on the TV. That's so funny. That's so cute. Shout out to Bird Girl and her board and her loggerhead Shrike play. So
it's up to three caches. Oh wait, hang on.
some of those are brown Shrike caches, I think.
Yeah, one of those is a brown shrike.
Uh,
Cheating.
but we take it. We take it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute, Bird Girl. I was back on Lord of the Rings. I'm one of those really frustrating people to watch Lord of the Rings with because I know I've seen them so many times that I can, if I was inclined to be that annoying, I could like literally like say the dialogue along with it.
We do that a lot. And, and all the trivia, like I will point out Peter Jackson,
Yeah,
all his
yeah,
cameos,
and
all
his
his kids'
kids. Yeah, and his
cameos.
kids. Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen broke his
Uh
toe.
huh. Uh huh.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that or not, but
I'd perhaps
just
heard. I had
I'm
perhaps
sure you
heard.
knew that.
And that Vigo deflected the dagger. That was
Oh yeah, that was a
not
real.
planned. That was a real thing. Yeah, Vigo's badass, man.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
So good. Have you read the books? Would be my question, or are you just into the movies?
Yep, I've read the books a few
Mm-hmm.
times. I think probably 5 times.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do use them. I love the Andy Serkis recently recorded audiobooks of all three and The Hobbit, and I really like the way he narrates, and he does the voices pretty spot on, and yeah, he's just such a phenomenal voice actor.
I think I
That
was listening to his Silmarillion
yeah.
read, and
Oh yeah, and the
for me
Silmarillion. Yeah, he's done all of them. Yeah.
it was a little too like he was getting too into it almost, and I mean he can get into it as much as he wants.
Yeah.
The read was just really slow, and you have
Sure.
limited time on Spotify. I think like 15 hours a month.
Sure.
I was like,
Yeah. See, I bought them on Audible, so
not
I don't have that
not
kind of
everything
restriction.
has to be not everything has to be the most epic.
Sure.
You can just read me the story and I'll love it.
Fair.
Um, but like, yeah, it is pretty dope that he recorded all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, it was a massive thing for him to have done. Obviously, he was paid well for it, probably. But
Yeah.
I love them because if I'm having trouble sleeping, which with my anxiety stuff, sometimes like my brain just won't shut off and I'm trying to get to sleep, and so my like go to when I'm really struggling, I used to reach for pills, some like drowsy antihistamines or something, and I
Hmm.
don't do that anymore. I'll put on the Fellowship of the Ring, Andy Serkis audiobook, and I'll listen to like Concerning Hobbits and the first couple of chapters of The Lord of the Rings. Puts me straight to sleep. And it just listening to that somehow stops my brain from thinking about whatever it was stuck on thinking about. So it's like my little comfort listen.
Yeah, I'll listen to
It's
podcasts a
very
lot.
soothing.
Yeah, put you right to sleep.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's a good question. What the heck is going on in this game?
Yeah, indeed. All right. So, oh yeah, got Goldfinch out. Ghouls. Oh, painted bunting and condor. That's a nice play. Well, now G's got 3 more bonus cards that I could have picked from if I hadn't filled my grasslands and had space for the new vulture. But I think this Raven will work out well. So Zoe's asking, besides The Hobbit and the primary Lord of the Rings books, what book or 2 would you recommend related to Lord of the Rings?
I really love the Silmarillion. I feel like it adds so much depth to the books, especially because then I think all the songs make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool. I think not a lot of people like the Silmarillion that much because there's a lot of similar names, and it's almost kind of just told like it's almost just like a history text almost of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's such a different style to the narrative
story
books.
Of the universe, but
can be it's such a barrier to get into it, like things with the names and the style, and yeah, I always say the Silmarillion, it's only really enjoyable to read the Silmarillion if you've already read the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
So if you're already familiar with the characters and where the story is kind of going, and you just want to kind of dive back into it and refamiliarize. So I found it really difficult to read the first time, and the way I pushed past that in the end was I watched a lot of YouTube summary videos, like Silmarillion in 10 minutes, Silmarillion in half an hour, those sorts of things, where they really condensed it all down and in different ways kind of explained it to me like I was 5. And then once I had that kind of core familiarity, I could then approach it and understand it and get that detail, the insane amount of detail that's in there, and absorb that in a way that was more digestible to me. So, but now I love it and I could sit and listen to it, but I already know who everybody is and what's happening. So
yeah. The first time I finished it, I think I just flipped right back to page 1 and started reading it again. So that kind of tracks a little bit. If you're going to undertake the Silmarillion, you have to bookmark the family trees page.
Sure.
And I don't know, I see the complaint that the all the names are too similar. But I think that kind of helps me, at least. Like, it's almost like you don't have to know exactly who each character is, but based on their name, you can be like, oh yeah, they're like related. Yeah. They're one of the sons of Fingolf and and you can know approximately who they are.
I know what you're saying, for sure. What did you think? Have you seen The Rings of Power?
I watched a couple episodes of it.
Sure.
And then...
Didn't grab you?
It didn't really grab me. I don't know. I would have no one to talk about it with because my friend who I marathon Lord of the Rings with is like a super purist and...
Sure. No, I get
I don't know. It's kind of political in a way. Like, he's very anti Rings of Power, so...
Okay, that makes it awkward. Sure. I enjoyed it. I think it was beautifully produced and the music was gorgeous, and I could see what they had done, and I kind of appreciated it for what it was, rather than trying to think about what they could have done, or how quote unquote unfaithful they were to the source material and how much they'd changed to kind of shove a square peg in a round hole. And I sort of tend to approach adaptations that way. But
I think I have a little bit of purist in me too.
Sure.
I wanted to watch it just to see what it was about, but I didn't really get into it.
Sure.
What I have been into, which is like just off the charts nerdy as hell. There's a YouTuber and podcaster called the Tolkien Professor,
Oh, yes.
and he has
Oh, I think I've seen that
like
actually.
a
Hang on.
podcast called Silm Film Podcast, where he and like a couple people he's friends with in the Lord of the Rings community, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
are like fake producing a TV series of the Silmarillion, and they just go so hard with it. They're like writing episode scripts, making character casting decisions, finding places to film, and like they're not actually filming anything. They're just trying to as a purely as an exercise, they're just trying to go through all the steps to like produce a like film adaptation of the Silmarillion,
Right. Okay, I'll have
but
to
with
check that out.
no actually doing it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the guy because he did a kind of companion little series kind of breaking down the themes and what the Rings of Power were doing with how they were adapting and etc. and sort of approached it quite academically and was talking about what they were doing with like symbolism and the shots that they put together and yeah, that was really enjoyable. I actually lost track of it for the second season, but I'm sure they probably did a second season of that, analysing the second season of the show. But yeah, familiar with that guy and really liked his work of what I saw of it, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, he does really good stuff, like good videos, and um like he reads, I think he reads all the works of Tolkien in chronological order every single year.
Okay.
He's I don't know, he's probably like 50 or 55.
Mm.
So God, his familiarity with the material is just off the charts, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, there are quite a few
More
content
about it.
creators that I was really intensely into around the time that I first watched The Silmarillion, and I've sort of followed a few of them since, and they have really cool like analysis videos on different aspects of the Lord of the Rings, and just one of them that comes to mind. I mean, things like Nerd of the Rings and
Yep, I
um,
like his videos.
trying to think of the others. There are a few along that sort of a vein, but there's another one, Girl Next Gondor, which she does really cool stuff as well.
Never
Um,
heard of her. I'll have to check her out.
yeah, I would recommend. She's a bit more sort of in depth, really analytical videos and kind of podcasty sort of style stuff rather than the short form kind of 10-15 minute videos that something like Nerd of the Rings does. So,
I'm gonna text that to myself because I
yeah.
love just kind of getting into the weeds on a fandom.
Mm.
And what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh, I think Zobi mentioned Game of Thrones,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thrones books. So I kind of juxtapose Lord of the Rings with Game of Thrones from the standpoint that Game of Thrones has these huge complex family trees also,
Sure.
but most of the characters' names don't really have a theme,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so much harder for me to keep track of them than it is with the Silmarillion, because at least in the Silmarillion it's just like, oh, all of this character and all their siblings' name starts with F. So if so I know who they all are pretty much. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm sort of into both these days. I'm much more into Lord of the Rings, but I was really into Game of Thrones. I was a bit of a Game of Thrones. What's the word I'm looking for? Hipster, in terms of like I'd already read the books before the show came out, or as
Oh,
many of
that's
them that
cool.
were already out. So I was sort of like, oh, it's so mainstream.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, I still
wasn't
enjoy
into
it,
it.
and I probably still will watch House of the Dragon when that comes out again, and we'll definitely rush out to buy Wins if it ever comes out, and
Oh yeah. If Winds of Winter ever drops, I'll be taking a week off work,
yeah,
turning the Wi-Fi off at my house.
the internet will kind of short circuit for a few days, I think.
Uh, I yeah, I really hope that George R. R. Martin doesn't die before finishing it,
Oh
but
yes, many
I know
people
that's kind of like a thing
hope
where
that.
people hate you for thinking that he should lock himself in his house till he finishes it,
Mm,
you know.
it's a tough one.
I know.
I
Yeah.
think he's just written himself into a corner, and it's so like yeah, it's so
Yeah.
hard to untie all those knots.
I'm not really surprised. There's so much stuff going on.
Mm.
It would be tough to not write yourself into a corner, but fingers crossed. And I do love just like the amount of content that the fandom has created is insane.
Mm.
Oh, Zobi's saying Malazan Book of the Fallen.
Oh yeah,
I've read the
I hadn't heard of that before. Let me look that up.
I've read the first book. One of my friends keeps bugging me to finish them, but I
Oh yeah,
quite
Canadian author.
enjoyed
Mm.
Gardens of the Moon.
Interesting.
That book is that one is really complicated too, I feel like.
Yeah, I've been a bit more heavily into sci-fi than fantasy the last couple of years, but that does sound really interesting. I have to look more into that. Rough. All right, I can only type 2, but that's okay.
And we got 4. Oh, holy smokes. Good thing I played Dunnock this round.
Yeah, my Raven pivot helped you a little bit there. Oh
Oh,
no, G laid 4 times. Okay.
I didn't consider that I could have yeah, I was a little disengaged from the game. I could have used the Dunnock to place better on the round goal. Oh well.
Oh right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I sometimes forget about things like that too. Totally get
And
it.
back to a previous subject. I really like the Children of Hurin,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
the Lord of the Rings adjacent, like same universe.
I haven't
But
read the full thing. I've only seen obviously the summary that's in the Silmarillion. It's one of the ones that Christopher Tolkien put together based on his father's notes, I believe.
yeah, I think so.
Um, but yeah, I should. I think it's on my list. I'm probably more likely if I was going to pick up one of those to pick up The Fall of Gondolin though, because I really like that story.
Why my ex-girlfriend's mom gave me that book for Christmas,
Oh yeah.
and I haven't read it yet.
Okay, you have to let me know what you think.
Or no, no, I have The Fall of Numenor.
Oh, The Fall of Numenor. Okay.
Yeah. Go time.
Oh, you're welcome, Katagus. Always happy to talk books. Do you ever read sci-fi?
Um, I I've read Dune.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually kind of reading on and off. I'm reading Dune Messiah right now.
Okay.
Um,
Is that like a sequel or I mean,
yeah, it's a sequel to the first Dune.
right?
I guess it's kind of a trilogy, but most people just stop after the first book.
Oh, there are
So,
6. Okay.
yeah, there's like 2 trilogies, I think.
Interesting.
So, I think that the theme of Dune is about giving too much power to like giving too much deference to a political leader. So I
Mm-hmm.
started picking that up a little more recently just to like sort of see what happens in the book. Like I read it years ago and then sort of recently I thought maybe that's worth reading again with some stuff that's happening in America, but
Mm.
I
Sure.
don't have to go down that road. Um,
Yeah, I don't mind a kind
book
of
though.
slightly heavy dystopian sort of sci-fi. Like I've been meaning to read The Man in the High Castle. Uh, some real kind of mind bendy ones, but I recently picked up because I really like The Martian by Andy Weir. I like that kind of style of sci-fi, and he's written another book called Project Hail Mary that I just adored. I just adored that book, and I it's being made into a movie that's coming out early next year with Ryan Gosling. So I'm going to be keen to see that. But yeah, that's a book I read recently that I really enjoyed. Um,
I think I have a few different books going on right now because I think I'm somewhere in Lord of the Rings right now. I'm somewhere in Game of Thrones right now. I'm reading Dune Messiah on and off. I just picked up American Psycho because I just found out that that movie is also a book.
oh yeah,
Um,
mm-hmm.
it's been tough to get into so far, but
Right. Is that
yeah,
written in first person, American Psycho?
I think it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Um, yeah, Zobi, if you like Game of Thrones, you probably like Dune also. This is pretty like there's a lot of like feudal politics or a little bit of feudal politics, but it's all in space. So it's not just all on one continent. So it's kind of like Game of Thrones in space.
Mm.
Let's see. Oh, well, I got Winter Feeder from the Knot, which is a pretty bad bonus for me.
Oh no, it's a pretty bad bonus for anybody.
Yeah, it's just not a good one
Unless
in
you could
general.
like Red Crown Crane and get rid of it, maybe.
Yeah, Red Crown Crane is gone. That popped up
Oh
round
right.
one. I did get a red kite, so that could be useful.
Oh, I didn't see Sri Lanka Blue Magpie go down. Bird Girl, you finally found something worth playing. Hooray! Yeah, there's a lot of tucks and caches and all sorts happening on G's board. I'm a bit intimidated.
I don't have very much stuff that I can play right now, so
Yeah, me neither. I picked up one big point bird I can put down,
I have
but
to trust I have to trust the wood duck, and
would duck take the wheel.
yeah, and
Nice.
we'll see how that
I've been there.
goes. I could get a lot of points though with the owlet.
Sure. Yeah, it's got a high ceiling.
Yeah. And yeah, I feel like I'm kind of the type of person who just gravitates to the same book over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I got that sort of sense when you said how many times you'd watched The Lord of the Rings, and I remember that you also said that one of your favourite shows was How I Met Your Mother, and that's another one that lends itself to kind of rewatching over and over.
yeah,
Um,
I think I'll want to rewatch it at some point.
what did you think of the ending?
I'm not quite at the end yet.
Oh, you haven't seen the ending? Okay, right, right.
I think
Well, I'll keep my mouth zipped on that.
my girlfriend just said we have like 9 episodes left last night.
Okay.
And I think I just got to the point where Marshall and Lily had a huge fight and Lily just left.
Right. Yeah, I know where
So
you're at. The last
I'm
season's
pretty
pretty
worried
wild,
about,
really, all around.
in my opinion, it's probably the weakest season so far because it just seems like every episode is backfilling random stuff that's not super important to the plot.
Yeah, I'd agree with
But
that. It was a pretty weird choice the way they did it. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I could also see validity in some of the criticisms that are received.
I don't hate it, and I don't really know, like, I'm not like deep in the fandom, so I don't know what the prevailing opinion is, but I guess I'll see. Yeah, I'll have to message you when I finish it.
Yeah,
Probably
for
just
sure.
be like a week or two at this point, a week or two tops. I am worried about Lily and Marshall though. They're my favorite
Yeah, they're sweet.
couple.
Very cute.
And like they had a fight early in like one of the earlier seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they broke up in one of the earlier seasons, and I told my girlfriend like I feel like we just have to binge this show until they get back. I'm not happy right now.
Aw. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Yeah, probably one of the more iconic TV couples, I'd say, in a sitcom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely also the kind of person who will reread a favorite book and rewatch a favorite TV show and movies over and over. And I need to be kind of pushed into breaking out and trying new things.
Okay. See ya. You don't have to whisper. My girlfriend's headed out for the day.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
This is
Hello.
my girlfriend, me.
Hey. Hello from Australia.
Hi.
She's been like sort of listening to the stream on and off.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
And trying to be quiet even though she doesn't have to be.
Do you play Wingspan?
I do.
Oh, nice.
I very rarely have joined a Discord game. I mainly play with people I know in real life.
Oh, sure. Oh, that's
But-
totally understandable. But also, you'd be totally welcome if you ever wanted to join us.
Yeah. Thank you. It's so much fun. It's such a good game, and I've gotten a lot of my friends really into it too. So
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here for sure. We're
yeah.
really big on the bird game for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you go. But nice to meet
All right.
you.
Bye, Phil. I love you.
Cute.
Oh, I hope that's appropriate. I think our kiss was on stream, Kimmy.
It was very chaste. It's okay.
Yeah, it was very tame.
It's okay.
Yeah, we just moved in together around the time that our stream was originally supposed to be.
All right. Okay. Well, it's probably good that I had to cancel then. I remember I pulled my shoulder or something that week. It was a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I was gonna say you hurt your
I think
neck.
I had like a kink in my neck, one of those weird things that
Yeah.
just middle-aged people get, unfortunately.
International PDA. Yeah. See you, Kimmy.
Bye.
Oh, Siri thought I was talking to her. I'll lock it.
Siri's jealous.
Yeah. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I got a couple really good birds at the same time as all that was happening too.
Ooh, lucky you. I'm still struggling, and you need stuff to play for your yellow powers. Don't forget your yellow powers, because very infamously, I have forgotten several times on stream that I needed to use my yellow powers, and have had nothing to play, which was kind of where the whole oh no thing on the stream started.
Yeah, I think I was I took a risk by playing those two birds. I could paint myself into a corner, but
Yeah, it's always a tricky and a round goal. Cubes on play a bird. If you've got a different sort of end game and you're trying to shoehorn a few points towards that in.
oh yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice. Do I have one? Yeah, I've got one. I'll get some points at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked up a great Indian bustard, but I barely even have any good
Oh, no.
bonuses.
Oh dear.
I hardly even have points to get with it.
That's a yikes. At least
Yeah.
it's 6 points by itself.
Yeah. Well, it does hit. It hits Grassland Ranger and Site Selection, so
Oh, nice.
that's pretty good. And then the Red Kite can maybe help me out with Winter Feeder too. So this is not too bad. Figure out how many eggs this Dunnock is gonna get.
Well, I've kind of pivoted away from the Raven again. It kind of did its job. It also completed Mechanical Engineer for me, so that was part of the reason I played it.
Oh, okay. That's a good reason. Oh, dang. Forest outlet was I could have stayed at 2 points, but I went for 3.
Push luck. Oh dear. Sad trombone.
Yep. That's happened a few times. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me or not, but if you need your predators to hit, I always lay eggs on them.
Yeah, we support a
So-
conspiracy theory around here.
Yep. Put 2 eggs on him and no luck.
You spoiled him. Gotta just give him the 1 egg.
Yeah, that must be it.
Hmm.
I think I'm in. This game is kind of coming together now a little bit.
Tree Dad ended up with the red crown crane. Interesting. Oh, made good use of it. I'm hoping that's not an ESP board.
Yeah, that would not be good for any of us.
Oh, no,
Oh, there is an
it can't be,
interesting.
'cause surely she would have copied that and she would have gotten 9 caches, maybe.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Or maybe she picked it up when she pulled another one.
Do we know of any occurrences in the server so far of someone caching 6 mice with the crane and then drawing pellet dissector from it?
I think it has been known to happen. I think the new meta is always to cache rats or fish when you've got the choice.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And it's definitely paid off for me, not in that exact scenario, but in, just preparing for it and then taking a gamble later on.
Mm-hmm.
4 rats on
I
Loggy indeed.
Loggy earlier.
Feasting.
Yeah.
MVP. Oh, Deb's saying it happened to her a couple of times.
Oh, nice. A couple times, dang. Someone must have a lot of games logged.
I like the carrot and stick hen. Treat them mean, keep them keen.
Did you just make that up? The treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen?
Have you never
That's
heard that
pretty good.
before? No, it's a saying.
No, I haven't. I'll have to.
Oh, is it an Australian saying? I don't know if it is. Treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen.
Oh, here's an interesting thing that I just noticed is that Winter Feeder is counting my nectar that I took accidentally.
Oh, I didn't think it did.
No.
Oh, that might have been a change. It might have been patched.
Yeah, I shouldn't have taken the nectar, but now it might screw me. Because I want to play a 3-food bird with a yellow power.
Yeah.
And I also want to activate the hornbill, but I might not be able to. So I might have to pitch a card.
Yeah, tricky when you got to feed yellows and you can't take nectar.
Yeah. I've always wanted to have multiple yellows and then play the red wattlebird, I think.
Oh yeah, and does it let you, yeah, because it gets rid of the nectar at round end. So if you play the
Yeah,
wattle bird, then you get the nectar, and then that's ooh, I've
You
never
should
thought of
be
that.
able to. Yeah.
That's clever. That's big
Yeah.
brain thinking.
Sort of a wingspan pipe dream.
Like someone I know and his worm engine.
Is that someone?
I'll not break my rules and name him, but I think we know who that is. A lot of us anyway.
I've been disengaged from the. Yeah.
I feel like if you went into the nest and you searched worm engine, you would find what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try that. Someone's taken. Oh, hang on.
Party on Bird Girl's board. She passed 60 points. It can't be that bad, surely. Your board doesn't look that bad.
There's no way. I did.
You got so much food to cache with the magpie.
Yeah. I threw a mouse over to the loggerhead Shrike.
A pity mouse. We love it. We love to see it.
No one should have to finish sub 60, so we don't want that to happen. I should get a lot of points after this yellow, though. Or, yeah, after my yellows.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with my last 2 turns. Scoring okay. Is it worth drawing cards? Not really. I think I'm just gonna have to put my faith in Butterbutt.
You get more. You will get rough tucks though if you draw. So.
Ooh, it's too late. I see your. Yeah, okay. I didn't think of
part
that.
of the calculus.
But whatever I pulled, I would have had to have been able to play with the food that I already had, and I only had a nectar, a berry, and a something.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was like, I'd be heartbroken if I pulled like a puffin and I couldn't play it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. And you get a lot of points just by. Well, hang on. A lot of those points just came from me, I guess.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Oh, I just pulled Godwit. Yes, it pays off.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Victory.
Yeah, it seems like everyone in this game is somewhat well equipped to counter the hornbill or to be prepped for it. But
I'm sorry about everything I said about you, Butterbutt. It will give me one rough tuck. That is true.
Yeah.
Watch as it pulls me like breeding manager or something though.
I don't know what they were thinking when they made that bonus.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on over here? House sparrow. That's nice. Yeah, great egret into red knot was nice. That was a lot of points.
How many food am I at? 11, 3, 6.
Yeah, I've always thought that breeding manager would be a lot better if it was 3 eggs in a nest and not 4. Oh,
4 is
3 points for 3 eggs. What? That's nuts. I would say 2 points for every 3 eggs, and that's generous. Yeah. I think it is a bit of a shame that because it is a physical board game and they're trying to keep it consistent with the physical cards, that they don't. Monster Couch sort of doesn't have the freedom to tweak the powers and like kind of buff and nerf powers. I think that would be really interesting if you just do little updates and tweak things and make bird feeder the lower bound on bird feeder like easier to get to and make that a better bonus card and
yeah, I think that'd be pretty neat. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, I forgot.
it's alright, I might come to you.
Oh well. Yeah.
Ooh. We'll give the raven a worm. Alright, Godwit, what can you do for me? Oh, I'll take a 4-point ecologist. Thank you very much. Better than a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, this winter feeder is... Yeah, it's counting my nectar, which I have to watch out for. I think I have to not use the brown shrike.
Right. Yeah, gotta pay attention.
Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to have a really good game with the Oriental Bay Owl.
Oh yeah, copying the predators at round end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool power.
It's a really cool power, and it kind of gave me a little more respect for the carrion crow too, and the griffin vulture. Because I realized it's kind of just
there. Yeah.
a worse version of those birds.
And those birds have great synergy with pellet dissector as well. If you're struggling to find an engine bird that
oh yeah, for sure,
that caches rats or fish. I had a multiplayer. Was it today? Yeah, it must have been earlier today. That I did manage to win by a few points, but I had to eat the 0-point pellet dissector because I didn't see a single caching bird like the whole game, pretty much. I hate scoring 0 on a bonus card. I hate it.
Yeah, I do hate that. Do you remember? So was it your starting hand bonus?
Yeah, it was. It was from the start. And I went, surely I'll find something.
What else did you start with? Because I would say pallet dissectors.
My
It
choice
feels
was pellet dissector or
like...
fishery manager. So I thought I'd give it a go with the pellet
Oh,
dissector. I didn't have any fish birds either. In hindsight, fishery would have gotten me a few more points, but I didn't really know that at the time.
yeah.
I half considered putting a shrike thrush down very late in round 4 and activating it a couple of times to see if I could Hail Mary some points from the bonus card, but didn't end up doing it. All right, yellows.
Okie doke.
I think you're the only one with yellows, actually.
Yeah, I should be.
Oh, you made something work with the busted in the end.
Yeah. I ended up barely hitting the. I hit winter feeder.
The kite was nice for keeping you food.
Yeah, I thought it may be nice. I could have played a loon also. That's a bird I found near the end.
Mm-hmm.
Or an ibis bill.
Yeah, that's a nice one. All right, counting up. Oh, you made 61 bird points. That's pretty good. Okay, eggs. Okay, you had a lot of caches.
Yeah, I did have the most.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I think G's
Spoilers,
got
I
this.
already
Oh,
saw
wow. Hello. How you beat me by 3 points. And
Yeah,
you cracked 100,
120.
bird girl. Well done.
Yeah.
Take that victory. All right, well done, GG's G. What are we doing? Overview. Let's have a look. So, Mr. Pcran, you 7-point winter feeder. Well done. You made 3 points off your grassland ranger and 4 points off your site selection. Respect. Your second column doing the heavy lifting there.
Yep.
Bird girl, 4-point bird counter, 3-point citizen scientist off the Kia. Oh, that's rough. What sort of choices did the Kia give you then? That's so rough. And G, 0-point forester, 8-point omni, and 8-point grassland data analyst. Look at this. 28, 24, 23, 23, 22. Claps.
Starting from 28 going down. That's
Claps
crazy.
Claps for G.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I'm impressed. And I had mechanical and ecologist off the Godwit. Alrighty, well that's a good game. Well done. Oh, we've got our visual bug. Thank you everybody. Thank you to Pcran for joining us. That was a really fun chat.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Especially getting to nerd out about Lord of the Rings. Always happy to do that with anybody I can. Well, if you ever ventured to watch Rings of Power, you've got someone that you could talk about it with now. So
yeah, I got a couple people. Yeah.
Good stuff. Looking ahead, let's have a look. We actually got a last minute sign up, a booking we are going to next week. Oh, on the 27th. That's actually quite soon, actually. Yeah, next week, Determinator's coming back for a stream, so that'll be fun to catch up with him. And looking further ahead, we've got Kit Kat's coming in, relatively new to the server, I believe, so it'll be good getting to know her. And we've got Kitty finally coming in after that, and the long-awaited, infamous Jay Kizzle stream towards the end of October as well. So we've got some fun ones coming up. I don't know if any of you guys saw my post. I'm kind of looking for some more sign-ups to fill out some parts of October and November. So if anybody's been a guest before and wants to come back again, if you had a good time, I hope you did. But yeah, you're welcome to book another one. Or if anybody's been sort of on the fence about signing up, not sure or has any questions, feel free to reach out to me, or if you just needed to pull the trigger, go ahead and sign up. So there's details in the media channel on that. So yeah, just thought I'd put that shout out that I'm looking to fill up my calendar again and get some things booked. But yeah, thanks everybody. I'm going to go to bed because I'm a bedtime criminal. It is 2:25 a.m. here in South Australia.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to get myself some beauty sleep. But thanks again, pcran. It was good getting to know you, and I hope that sort of helps you, I suppose, put yourself out there a little bit more around the server. Feel free to always sort of say hey when you see everyone around. And yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know when I finish How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
And I texted myself that book, or no, the YouTube channel.
Yeah, Girl Next Gondor. Yeah, she has a lot of good things to say, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm a big fan of like Radio Westeros. If like that's a Game of Thrones one, obviously they get way in the weeds. Just love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sounds like we have some similar tastes. So yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it. That's cool.
Good stuff. Hen saying emergency fat bear stream tomorrow? ? Leave that with me, Hen. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. If anyone hasn't seen Fat Bear Week or isn't familiar, definitely look that up because that is an absolute cinematic event, really. So, all right, thanks everybody. I'm gonna get some sleep, but see you guys soon. And yeah, thanks. Special thanks to Birdgirl and Shrike That for playing in our multi. Okay, bye everybody.
See ya.